Hey, what are you guys doing here? All right, I know why you're here. You guys are big fans of Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith. Am I correct? Answer the question. All right. I just decided, like in the last 5 minutes, that I want to show off my entire sound collection. In other words, I'm going to include my digital collection, my CDs, and my vinyl collection. All right. So it is, what's today? Wednesday. It is October 8th, and I'm off from work. So I decided I wanted to go ahead and do this. I'm going to try to, I just decided in the last 5 minutes that I'm going to show off my digital or CD collection or CDR collection. That's the CDRs that are included in there too. I just decided that I should do that because it's really a much more complete collection. So, and then I'm gonna go through all my my vinyl records, which is a pretty nice collection in itself. But you'll see the a lot of omissions. Obviously, some albums haven't been released yet on vinyl, and there are actually songs, very popular songs by Tears for Fears that I'm just not a fan of. And I always find it interesting when people get kind of upset when they're like, yeah, I don't understand why people don't like the song, you know. some people don't like the song. And they want to try to convince people, you should really like that song. Why? What's the big deal? And it's no big deal if somebody doesn't like a song that you like. So what? That's what makes the world go round. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, but anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and start right now. And of course, it's in chronological order, which is what I like to do. Show off my stuff in chronological order. And this is really pre Tears for Fears. This is the band Graduate. I don't know how you say it, but anyway, they released an album, Acting My Age, and they released some singles. I don't have any of the records that these guys put out, but I did find all this music online probably 12 years ago, and went ahead and uploaded it, and then downloaded it and burned it to CDR. And I think that the tracks on here are basically their entire catalog of music that they released. Here, see, I make little booklets and everything. So this is the track listing, and oops, there you go. And if you freeze that, you could maybe check it out. And this is weird because there are a couple of songs that I like so much that I actually remixed at least one of them. I think maybe it was two actually. I mixed it differently. I didn't remix it, but I edited it differently. The one song that I really liked is called Premature Baby. It's an extended version that I included on here. I didn't include the regular version, the one that these guys released. I actually I re-edited it and made it 5.5 minutes long. And I just thought my edit was a better edit, so that's what I did. It's what you do sometimes if you're really into it and you have the right software. You just go and do it. But anyway, you got different. It's weird. They had different album covers. You can see that these are very. I think these were both album covers, but they're different. You can see they're different. You can see it. If you just open your eyes, you can see it. So anyway, maybe these were from different territories. But I just downloaded the artwork and I just did it for me. Okay, so. And maybe one day I will see if I can pick up a re-release of this stuff. I'm surprised that this hasn't been re-released, given the popularity of Tears for Fears, for obvious reasons. Why not capitalize on it? You would think some record company somewhere would try to capitalize on it, but they haven't done that. So anyway, they're good. Some of these songs are really good. Like I said, Premature Baby, I just thought was so good, and I just re-edited the thing. My favorite Graduate song, or is it Graduate? I don't know how to say it. So yeah, Graduate, I guess it didn't really take off. All right, anyway. Let's do this. There. And here is The Hurting. This is actually a re-release. I didn't pick up the deluxe box set. I ended up picking up this 2 CD set. This, I don't know when this came out. Oh, looks like 2012, 2013. And this has the original album, and then it's got B-sides and some remixes. And they used the artwork. I guess this is like the UK album cover. I'm guessing that that's the case. I happen to have a domestic copy of their first album, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I thought this was cool. Picked it up. And I'm a big fan of Change. That song is such a cool song. My first song that I really liked by these guys. All right, so, and then there's the album songs from the Big Chair. And again, I just picked up the 2 CD set. I thought this was good. Disc 1, the original album, then they included B-sides on that first disc, and then there's Rarities, 1983 through 1985. There's alternate mixes and 7-inch releases and all kinds of stuff. So that's that from the second album. Where's the... Yeah, I screwed this up already because I don't have... I know I have the third album on CD and I don't know where it is. So anyway, I have a domestic copy of it. Then I have these CD singles, Woman in Chains. Here's an import copy of Woman in Chains. This has Bad Man's Song and Ghost Papa as B-sides, and then this one has Always in the Past and My Life in the Suicide Ranks, and then an instrumental of Woman in Chains. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Different covers and different tracks. Here we go. Advice for the Young at Heart. CD single from that album. And import, there's your track listing for the B-sides as well. B-sides. And then here's okay. Here's a CD single that I picked up, a limited edition out of 5,000. I got number 362. I love it when they number them. It's limited edition. It's a limited number of them. You better be the first 5,000, because if you're 5,001, you won't get one. See? And I liked this, and I picked it up, Famous Last Words. I think that Famous Last Words is actually off of the second album, isn't it? Oh, maybe not. But I picked it up because making a mess of this. I picked it up because of the track Listen. It's from the album Songs from the Big Chair, Listen, but it is a standalone version of Listen, and I thought that Listen was a beautiful, really perfect instrumental, really compelling piece. I love it. And on the album, music segues into it, whereas on this CD single, it stands alone, and that is what I wanted to hear from start to finish. I didn't want anything disturbing that track, and I love that little piece of music. And that's the kind of shit that I like. Those are the kind of musical pieces that I like from Tears for Fears sometimes. That and this more psychedelic stuff. And these guys, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But Listen, it's a beautiful piece of music. So there is that. Wow. Did I mix this up completely or? Wow. I have Elemental, and I don't seem to have it with me here, or maybe it's out of order. So anyway, boy, I really screwed this up. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just continue. This is a promotional copy of a single for Break It Down Again, which is a great song from Elemental. And this has an edit, and it has the album version. This was $2 sitting in a store. So I picked it up. That's all. It looks like that's all I have from Elemental. I have the album on CD someplace, and I guess I might be just sitting around a room somewhere. This is Raul and the Kings of Spain. All right. Kurt Smith is, he wasn't with Roland on this album and that last album that I'm talking about, Elemental. He took off, these two guys separated, but Roland Orzabal put out some great music under the Tears for Fears moniker without Kurt Smith. As much as I love Kurt Smith and I love his music and his talents, he wasn't on this album, but Roland did a great job with friends, some of his other friends, while he was, while they were separated anyway. And this album is just phenomenal, and I really wish I grabbed a vinyl copy of it when it first came out. I would love to have that. But this album is just fantastic. It's a great record. And that's all I'm going to say about it. All right. And here's, you can see that this is like, if you're familiar with the Tears for Fears catalog and some of the special releases, maybe you'll recognize that there was a special package for this album. Raúl and the Kings of Spain came in like a little box, like a cigar box or something. But what I did was, I just took the artwork and then found I put some B-sides and some TV appearances that I found online, maybe some radio appearances that I found online, and burned it to this disc. So just a compilation that I burned to this disc, so that I had a whole bunch of this, the B-sides and some rare stuff that I found online. And I figured I'd burn it to disc, and then I can listen to it in my car if I'm driving someplace, which is what I like to do sometimes. So, but where did I get the B-sides from? Well, I bought the CD singles, and this is one, God's Mistake. This has a couple of acoustic radio performances of Raúl and the Kings of Spain and Break It Down Again. And then there's this. Look, they look the same, but this is different. This has God's Mistake, but then it has two B-side tracks, Until I Drown and War of Attrition. Very different looking discs, but they're both, I think that they're both UK pressings, UK releases, both epic. Made in Austria. Yeah, Austria. And I think this one is probably England. Anyway, different B-sides, similar cover artwork. Here's a limited Tears for Fears doing. Okay, this is for the A side is Raúl and the Kings of Spain, the title track, but Creep Live and the Madness of Roland is on here as B-sides, non-album material. Another a secondary CD single. Again, this is an import from, I'm assuming it's the UK. Usually, most of them are, I think, but that one was from Austria. And this has Queen of Compromise and All of the Angels. Those are the two B-side songs, if you can see them there. All right, see? It includes two brand new songs not available on the forthcoming album. So this came out before anything else did. Whew. Oh. Here is the album, Raúl and the Kings of Spain. This is a special pressing that I think I picked this up from, was it Cherry Red? Cherry Pop, yeah, like Cherry Red. I think it's a subsidiary of Cherry Red Records. And this is actually it was really inexpensive. And I guess the reason is because the paperwork, well, it is a booklet in here. Yeah. Anyway, it is an extended CD version of it, including a bunch of B-sides, bonus tracks. All of the Angels, The Madness of Roland, Queen of Compromise, Until I Drown, War of Attrition, the acoustic versions of Raoul and the King of Spain, and then Break It Down Again. And there you go. Very, very inexpensive. It's only one disc. Everything's on one CD, which is nice. So there's that. And all right, Raoul and the Kings of Spain. Here it is. This was tucked away, out of order. Yeah, way out of order. Here's Elemental. Getting it together now. All right, and then back in 1996, after Raoul and the Kings of Spain was released, then this compilation came out, and this is a collection of some B-sides, some single tracks, and some tracks that were not released previously. I see Sea Song is on here. That was a single B-side. In fact, I actually have that single down here. It was a double, like a 2 7-inch set. But anyway, this has lots of really, really good music on it. A lot of the music which was previously unreleased, but some were B-sides and elsewhere available. All right, that's Saturnine, Marshall, and Lunatic. And nice collection. And then several years later, the guys got back together and they released this album. Now, I'm telling you, as a Tears for Fears fan, I think that this is one of the best things that any artist has ever released. I love this album. I know there are issues with the actual pressing of the album. Like, some people think that this thing was a victim of some of the loudness wars, and that when they play the music, when they play the CD, it sounds kind of harsh to them. Well, I've been playing drums for about 70 years now, because I'm almost 80 years old. No, I'm kidding. I've been playing the drums all my life, though. And I've been smashing cymbals like crazy, and I don't wear earplugs when I play. So maybe that helps. Maybe that helps me listen to this thing. Maybe my hearing has deteriorated from all that cymbal smashing, and I don't sense the harshness of this recording, of these recordings. It sounds great to me. I love it. This is a British import, and contains 2 bonus tracks. Good songs. Pulling a Cloud and Out of Control, I think, are okay songs. They don't sound as they kind of do sound like they're apart from the rest of the album. They don't sound as psychedelic, but holy cow, this is one of my favorite albums by anybody, and definitely, probably I could say, my favorite Tears for Fears album. This album, and it is not available on vinyl yet. I'm hoping like crazy that they will put this out before I drop dead, so that I can go score a copy of it and listen to it on my stereo. That's what I want to do. I want this on LP, a double album set. It'd be nice if it included a 7-inch single with Pulling a Cloud and Out of Control. That would be cool. I would buy that. You guys put that out, I'll buy it. You hear me? Roland, Kurt, if you guys talk to your record company and get them to release that, I will go buy a copy of it. Okay? Would you please? Please do that. All right, and here is, all right, well, they ended up putting out, I think they put out a couple of CD singles. This one's Closest Thing to Heaven, and it is like an alternate mix, a radio mix, is that what that says? And then there's Brothers in Rhythm Group Therapy remix, which is about 8 minutes long. And then there's a club, God, I can't even read it. Solaso Club Mix, Brothers in Rhythm Group Therapy Dub, which is 8 minutes long as well. And then there's the Solaso Dub. Oh, yeah. So these mixes just don't cut it for me at all. This isn't something that I find myself listening to. The actual album version of the song is just beautiful. It's perfect. All these remixes just are, they don't do it for me at all. Not at all. So, just saying. Again, though, what I ended up doing was made a copy of this cover, and I called this Everybody Loves a Little Extra. And what I ended up doing is finding, I guess they did a radio tour when this, because Kurt Smith is on this album, all right? He came back and he joined Roland to complete this album. So I found some acoustic recordings. They were at like different radio stations. Maybe some TV performances as well, some TV appearances as well. And there's some other odd tracks on here too. Here, you know what? Let me just, I'll just show you this. If you want to freeze that, go for it. All right. You can see at the bottom, I try to make it like a legitimate release and put different stuff there. I don't know. That's just me being a goofball. But if you can freeze that, I think my hand is so shaky. I don't know why. But all right. All that stuff I found was online, and I just burned it to that disk. So then back in 2022, they released The Tipping Point, and this was an interesting situation where If you jumped on it, one of the earlier releases contained like some extra tracks. On this particular CD version, and this was, I think this, I got this from Target. I think it might have been a Target exclusive, and it has a bonus track, Secret Location. It is not on the album. It's on this CD version of the album, but it's a bonus track. Okay, woo. So there you go. We'll talk about that album a little bit later, because I do have actually two versions of the album on LP. And then they released Songs for a Nervous Planet. This just came out last year, 2024. And this is I think I picked this up from Target as well. This has 23 tracks on it, okay? But it had the first 5 or 6 tracks are I think it's just the first 5 tracks are actually studio tracks. 5 new studio recordings. Say Goodbye to Mom and Dad, The Girl That I Call Home, Emily Said, Astronaut, and then Landlocked. And I think it's just those first 6 tracks, or first 5 tracks, I mean. And the rest of it is live performance, or live tracks, probably culled from a couple of different performances, I guess. I'm guessing. Right? Beautiful, actually. Songs from a Nervous Planet. I'm ready to get out of here, Scotty. All right. There are some compilations that I have. This one was an interesting one. 3 CDs, okay? With they call this the Ultimate Collection. Universal put this out, the Ultimate Collection, and I got this because it has some really interesting. It's an interesting collection of tracks that they have on here, and from songs, the songs that are from The Big Chair, they have I think they have the 7-inch mixes, the popular radio mixes, the versions where they were standalone versions, nothing was segueing into anything, and they didn't segue into another song, and it was those sort of versions of the songs, for the most part, that I like. I'm gonna have to revisit the album. The one song that I don't like from that album is Shout. I'm not a fan of that song at all. I know it's a big anthem. I know that it might be one of their it's definitely a fan favorite, and I'm a fan, but I don't like it. So sue me, because I don't like it. Anyway, this is a great collection, and it actually has a couple of songs that Kurt Smith released, Calling Out and Soul on Board. Let's see, this third CD has some interesting tracks. Change, the extended version, Pale Shelter, the long version, The Way You Are, extended, Mother's Talk, US remix, Shout, US remix, and then it's got Calling Out and Soul on Board, that third disc. So this was a really cool collection. I think Universal did something smart and included a lot of really good tracks. but then added that third disc to really entice people to buy this. And it was very reasonably priced. And then here's another one, the Tears for Fears Gold collection. This was an interesting collection because it came out after Everybody Loves a Happy Ending, and it includes Closest Thing to Heaven, Who Killed Tangerine, Call Me Mellow, and Secret World. And then there's a song called, it's titled Floating Down the River Once Again. And I don't know where that song is from. So it's a good collection. It's also a very good sounding collection. But it's interesting because I'm not familiar with Floating Down the River. Once again, I don't know where it's from. Maybe it was a brand new recording that the two put together for this collection. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it came out 2000, I think it's 2005 or 2006. I can't. (2006), if I'm reading that right. 2006 or maybe 2008 it might be. Anyway, good collection. And now I'm getting to the solo stuff, and here is Roland Orzabal's solo album, Tomcat Screaming Outside. And I don't believe that this is available on vinyl, but it's available on CD, and I picked it up. When was this released? In 2000. Wow. Interesting. So this came out before they got back together and put out Everybody Loves a Happy Ending. So there you go. I should probably mix this in chronologically with the Tears for Fears, actually. And I have listened to this, and it's good stuff. Here's where I was blown away. This is the first of many Curt Smith releases, and this was released 2013. All right, so this actually came out 2013. I don't even know if this is a legitimate release. It's weird because, all right, well, there's a barcode on it. Makes it look legitimate, but they do that stuff. Deceptively heavy. Anyway, excuse me. Anyway, some good music on here. Curt Smith's great songwriter, as is Roland, for sure. Both these guys are really, really super talented. I love it when they're together. I hope that they love each other. I'm sure they must, because they've had an incredible career apart and together. But anyway, this is good music. It looks like 9 or 10 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10 tracks. And anyway, if you're not familiar with this, you might want to look it up. Check out YouTube, see if you can find some tracks to listen to it. But there's a whole bunch of Curt Smith stuff down here I'm going to show you right now. So this is the first one. Here's Halfway Pleased. Halfway, comma, pleased. Halfway pleased. It's I love the play, how he plays with the words, and the punctuation just to mess with your head. All right, see? Yeah, see, there's a barcode on here too. That's the track listing if you want to freeze that or just look it up. Halfway pleased. All right. More good music, and if I remember correctly, no, not this one. Anyway, Kurt Smith. Here's Aeroplane. Interesting because Aeroplane is on here as well. I don't see a copyright date on here. It drives me nuts. But anyway, check out the track listing if you like. You could freeze it or look it up. This is called Aeroplane. Looks like 6 or 7 tracks. How many tracks? Six track, like an EP or a short album. Here's Japanese pressing of, you can see it's Japanese pressing. And this is a Japanese pressing of Soul on Board. All right, there's your track listing for Soul on Board if you want to freeze it or just look it up. But this is on Vertigo Records. This is clearly a legitimate release. And what's the date? 1993. This came out. So I'm not doing this in any kind of chronological order. I got it all screwed up. So this is 1993. Good stuff. And then here is this is the album Mayfield. Kurt Smith, Mayfield. Let's see what the date is on here. Don't see a date. Oh man, right in my eyeballs. Oh. Oh. 1998, Zero Disc. I think it says 1998. It is so small. Yeah, 1998. Yep. Copyright 1998. Zero Disc Records. There you go. Kurt Smith. Vocals, bass guitar, Charlton Pettis, guitar, backing vocals, Doug Petty, keyboards, Russ Irwin, keyboards, backing vocals, Sean Pelton on the drums, supporting cast. There's other people on here too. So he got a bunch of friends together and put this out. And while he was not with his other usual bandmate, Roland. Anyway, I apologize because it's not in chronological order at all. And I'm going to have to fix that when I put them away today. And then I put, it doesn't stop. I know I've got problems, but my determination sometimes pays off. And what happened is I found a whole bunch of stuff. I'm calling this an anthology, and a few rare tears, 1981 through 2013. This actually included all kinds of Tears for Fears material, and then other stuff. Here, this is, again, there's a track listing if you want to check it out, if you can see it. It's just nuts. It's a two CDs worth of material that I found. And just found it online, and I just burned it to disc. I didn't do it to sell it. I did it to capture some rare material. I didn't think I would be able to score on other albums. Of course, I'm sure that some of the stuff on here, like there's a song called Soul on Board here, and there's an album called Soul on Board. I'm sure it's on that album. But I think that there are other tracks that are different. Yeah, I see Sun King, and I know that that's on another of these albums. But there's a song on here called This Is Christmas, the very last song. So he put out, he recorded a Christmas song, This Is Christmas. I don't think it's on any of these other albums. As for 7-inch singles, these are the only two 7-inch records that I got. This one is Head Over Heels. It's a promotional version of Head Over Heels, a live version of Head Over Heels, and both sides are the same. And then this is, I believe, a soulful re-recording of Tears for Fears, I believe. Roland wrote that. Record 1 has the soulful re-recording of I Believe, and side 2 has Sea Song by Robert Wyatt. Go figure, Robert Wyatt. Now, these guys aren't just pop stars. I mean, they have some serious taste in music. Robert Wyatt, man, that is awesome. Then the record 2, side 1 is I Believe. It's not the soulful re-recording, it's I Believe. And then side 2 is Shout, dub version of Shout. All right. Oh, I thought this was very interesting, by the way. Here, I'll go. Let me pull this out and show you this. Another letter from Roland. Dear Dad, you are a worm. That's probably nothing to laugh at. It's just very sad that Dad was so uncool. I don't know what the hell's the deal there, and I feel bad for Roland dealing with that. So, but anyway, that's everything. Except for my 7-inch, I'm sorry, my larger vinyl collection, my 12-inch, and there are a couple of 10-inch records in here. Here, like I said, we'll do this quickly. This is a domestic pressing. of their very first album. Okay. Polygram. I picked this up when it first came out. All right, so there's that. And here is a re-release of the single, the 12-inch single, Suffer the Children remix. There's also an instrumental on the B-side, along with the track Wino. And look at how young these guys are. All right, they already were in the band Graduate, but then they got together and started writing music together and working together as artists. And so this is, I believe, probably the first album, or the first single from their first album. All right. I just picked up this one not too long ago, actually, Pale Shelter. And this is actually a re-release of the 12-inch single. This was released in a slightly different version, a slightly different cover or whatever. And then I found this re-release in great condition. Picked it up about a year ago, actually. I think I got this. You don't give me love. And produced by Mike Howlett. Interesting. All right, and then back with a song, "The Prisoner." Right. There you go. Here is the first thing I owned by these guys was this 12-inch single, Change. The A-side is a longer, extended version, a totally different recording of Change, extended version. The B-side, actually, I'm sorry. The A-side is an extended version of the album recording. The B-side is a totally different recording. And the thing that's great about both of them is they're just both excellent recordings. The song itself is just a very powerful song. And then on the B-side, there's that alternate version of Change. And then there's a second track called The Conflict. Actually, a very cool instrumental piece. Oh, I'm sorry. There are lyrics to that song. That's not just an instrumental. So I take that back. Anyway, this is actually the first thing I bought, Tears for Fears, a long, long time ago. I was probably 17 years old or something. Then there's this. Now this is a Canadian pressing of that same single. And what I found out, it's a cutout. It's got a punch hole right here. So this is actually a cutout. So cover. They damaged the cover so they could sell it real cheap. You can sell it cheap anyway if you don't damage the cover. That's no problem for me. But anyway, so this is a 12-inch single, a Canadian pressing. And what I found out is that the I think it's the B-side version of Change is actually an extended version. It's a longer version. And so I picked this up. And okay, the cover's a little damaged, but the single, the record itself, is in beautiful condition. Canada seems to have a lot of really interesting Tears for Fears items. Different things where some of the singles are gatefold pressings, open up, and a box set of singles. If I had only known at the time, I had no idea. Here's The Way You Are. This is a British 12-inch record. An extended version of The Way You Are and The Marauders on the B-side. And then Start of the Breakdown, a live version recorded at Oxford Apollo on April 18th, 1983. And so there you are. Shiny enough. This picture sleeve is in beautiful condition, man. No real ring wear, which I always find like kind of a drag. I don't like ring wear on my records. All right, so I have those 4 or 5 singles from the first album. I have, I don't have, I had a version of Songs from the Big Chair, a domestic pressing of it, and I have no idea where that record is. But I didn't listen to it much anyway, because I didn't want to hear Shout. I just didn't want to hear it. What I did pick up is Everybody Wants to Rule the World, an extended version of that. And on the B-side is the 7-inch version of Everybody Wants to Rule the World and a song called Pharaohs. So this is the kind of thing I would want to get because I want the 7-inch version, but I want it on a 12-inch record, so so here it is. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. By the way, anybody wants to really rule the world, you don't really want them to rule the world. Those ambitious types, I don't know if I trust them. Excuse me. And then there's this 10-inch release, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and Pharaohs is on the B-side. So here you go. Maybe you want to see the record. I don't know. You want to see the record? Here, I'll pull it out. I like these 10-inch records, man. I like these 10-inch 45s. All right. Cool, huh? Kind of cool, huh? And there's Pharaohs, side 2. So there you go, just 2 songs. These guys were smart, man. They knew how to get people to buy more of their records. Just put them out in different configuration. And people go, oh, I don't have that one. That's me. I don't have that one. I think I want it. A lot of the extended mixes, man, I don't really dig them that much, but I do like the radio hits. The 7-inch versions generally contain those, and I think that's good for me, man. I like that. And then here is Head Over Heels. I don't know if I can pull it out of this piece of plastic. Side 1 is Broken, and then Head Over Heels, and then Broken. Side 2 has Head Over Heels remix, the 7-inch version, all right? And then there's a song called When in Love with a Blind Man. And there you go, all right? There they are. so I can just put it away. All right, so we're done with songs from the big chair. Sybil. I picked this up about 3 years ago, I think, and maybe 4. This is a repress of the album, The Seeds of Love, and I love Sowing the Seeds of Love. That is a psychedelic masterpiece, like a psychedelic pop song that is absolutely perfect. It is just brilliant. Everything about it is perfect, that song. And the other songs on this album are great too. And you got Phil Collins on the drums. That connection alone made me want to buy this, because at the time that it came out, I was like a big Collins fan. Even though he was omnipresent, he was everywhere, and he started to get almost annoying. I still love Phil. He's one of the best drummers that has ever lived, and there's no question about it. One of the best ever. So, anyway, this is actually a gatefold sleeve, but I'm not going to pull it out. It is a beautiful repress, I can tell you that. And I picked this up a year or 2 ago. All right, Saturnine Marshall and Lunatic, and again, it's a 2 LP set with all these really great songs. You saw the CD version of it not too long ago. This was absolutely affordable. Love having that. And then back in 2014, I don't think I found out about this back in 2014. I think I found out about it maybe three or 4 years later. Tears for Fears, Ready Boy and Girls. Ready Boy and Girls? It's a question. And that's the A side. Side B has Ready to Start. Oh, I'm sorry. This is called Ready Boy and Girls. So side A is My Girls, and side B is Ready to Start, and I Was a Boy from School. Here, let me pull this out, actually. All right, here, I'll stand up and show you this. This is cool, huh? Cool. Beautiful cover. I love the artwork on this cover. It's just beautiful. Beautiful color. So there's the track listing. All right. And made in the USA. This is actually a US release. Go figure, huh? Usually it's somewhere in Europe or in England they put this stuff out. Here you go. White vinyl, 10-inch 45. I think it's 45. 2014, yeah. Tears for Fears. 3 songs, and they are oddball songs, if I remember correctly. I was like, wow, what are these songs? Makes me want to put them on, just out of curiosity. I can't remember what they sound like. But they were kind of odd, kind of strange. But that's fine, man. Put this back in this plastic cover. And let's move on to the next several albums I got. Almost done. Here's a compilation that came out back in 2017. 3 years later, after that little record that I just showed you, 3 years later they released this compilation. This one was pressed in France. This particular pressing is a French pressing. It says made in the EU, and that France would be the EU. All right, back in 2017 anyway. I picked this up from Barnes & Noble. They had a copy of this. And so this is where I got it from. And there are hits. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Shout, I Love You But I'm Lost. I believe there's 2 tracks that are new, and that is one of them. And then there's Mad World. You flip it over and you get Sowing the Seeds of Love, Advice for the Young at Heart, Head Over Heels, and Woman in Chains, which includes Oleta Adams, of course. Then side C is Change, great song, and the song Stay, which I believe is the second new song. Then Pale Shelter and Mother's Talk. So I Love You But I'm Lost on side A, I should say, and on side C, the second song called Stay. I think those are two new recordings that are that were released on this compilation. And then Pale Shelter and Mother's Talk, and then side D is Break It Down Again, I Believe, Raul and the Kings of Spain, and then Closest Thing to Heaven. They gotta put the rest of that album out, because everybody does love a happy ending. They gotta do it. They gotta get on that. I know it's reportedly available. Early pressings when they were with Arista. There were some pressings, I don't know if they're promotional pressings or test pressings or what they were, on red vinyl, no less. But they gotta put it, they gotta get on that. Wish they would do that soon. Okay. Then in 2022, finally, a new album after another 5 years after that compilation album. And everybody's holding their breath, waiting, and here you go, you got The Tipping Point, and beautiful artwork. I think these covers are nice. I like them. I like them. Alright. Open this up, and that's what you see. Alright, and this particular pressing came with this art print. That was one of the selling points of this particular pressing. So I was like, okay. I was like, cool. That's cool. And hey, Beetle Brad, check it out. Yeah, here's side A. This beautiful green, it's almost like a sherbet. It came out of a box of ice creamers. Really neat looking custom labels for this, for The Tipping Point. All right. So, and then you get the words on this one. It's beautiful. Picture of the guys. Great guys. Great musicians. I mean, really great, some really great music from these guys. Almost done, man. Probably another 5 minutes. And then I found out about, after I ordered that one, I found out about the Target limited edition sky blue vinyl with a bonus 7-inch record. And so I just got my ass in my car and zipped on down to Target and picked up a copy of this. You know what? Actually, I think I didn't have to drive there. I think I ordered it online. I believe that's what I did. And yeah, I went and picked up a copy of this. And I love the sky blue vinyl. I have my border lights are white, but I have it so that they change. You can actually see it up there reflecting off of the back of those CD cases, and I just do that because it's different. So that's why I'm doing that. But anyway, what a beautiful disc. And again, you have these really great custom labels. Nice quiet pressing. Both of these pressings were nice and quiet. And I was excited about this one because it comes with the lyric sheet as well. So come on, get in there, you dirty dog. I was excited about this one because it came with this 7-inch with 2 extra tracks. Excuse me. Excuse me. I just sort of exploded down inside my throat. So here we go. This is side B, I think. This is side A. So these are 2 extra tracks. There were 3 extra tracks, if I am not mistaken. And side A of this single has Let It All Evolve. And then side B here is Shame, Cry Heaven. These are, it actually has timestamp. It's 4:25, I think it says. And this one is 5. Oh, I hate that I can't. 5:34. That's what I thought it said. And so these 2 extra tracks come with this album, and the CD version that I have has a 3rd extra track, and I can't remember what the title of the song is. And when the very first CD was released, and I can't remember the company that released it, it came with all 3 bonus tracks. So they have all these different versions of the album, and they, like, some have extra tracks and some have only 1 extra track, and then this album has a single with 2 tracks, extra tracks. It's very amazing. But anyway, I got this one with the 2 extra tracks, and I got the CD with the 3rd extra track, and I'm done. What's left? Well, there's this album. This just was released last year, And let me tell you something about this particular album. It is beautiful, and I'm going to show you the records. Songs for a Nervous Planet. So you get those 5. Ooh, on this album, I think it's 4 songs. Yeah, you get Say Goodbye Mom and Dad, The Girl That I Call Home, Emily Said, Astronaut, and The Tipping Point. So you get 5 songs. Okay. I think those are on side 1. Those 5 songs are studio tracks, if I remember correctly. But look at the album itself. Wow. I love stuff like this. I love splatter vinyl. Hey, Beatle Brad, check this out, right? Huh? Right. This is the good stuff. When I open up an album package and the record looks like that, I'm like, cool. I'll put that on my stereo. A beautiful, quiet pressing. The songs are awesome. Oop. Yeah, and why I oughta, why you. There you go, see? How easy? So anyway, both albums look like that blue splatter, that sky blue splatter vinyl, which is absolutely beautiful. So that is my copy of Songs for a Nervous Planet, right? But that's my first copy of this album. And I went and did some research, and what did I find out? I found out there's a 3-record set available, but it was only available from the Tears for Fears official shop. So what did I do? And I found out about it about a year and a half ago or so. And I went, oh boy. Well, I just went on Discogs and looked, and there was one for sale for a very reasonable price. And I said, oh, I'm getting that. And okay, what do we have here? Say Goodbye to Mom and Dad, The Girl That I Call Home, Emily Said, Astronaut. Then there's No Small Thing, and then The Tipping Point, and then those first 6 songs, okay? 6 songs, 6 studio tracks. And then the live material starts with Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So halfway through side 2, or side B, you get 2 studio cuts, and then they start playing the live stuff. And then the rest of the album is live. Now you have 3 records, 6 sides worth of music, and I believe that the CD here, let's just double check it. I mean, I'm here already. I'm looking at them. Let's take a look and make sure. Say Goodbye to Mom and Dad, The Girl That I Call Home, Emily Said, Astronaut, Landlocked. Oh! Landlocked is an extra track on this CD, and it's not on this album, Landlocked. So you get Say Goodbye to Mom and Dad, The Girl That I Call Home, Emily Said, Astronaut, Landlocked, No Small Thing, and The Tipping Point. And then that's the first 7 tracks on the CD, and then Track 8 is Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It's where the live material starts. And I believe let's just double check it. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, the secret world. Got a secret. Sowing the Seeds of Love. Long, long, long time. Break the Man. And My Demons. Okay, you flip the second record over and you get Rivers of Mercy. Mad World. Suffer the Children. Woman in Chains. Then you get Bad Man Song. Pale Shelter. Break It Down Again. Head Over Heels. Change. And Shout. You do get one extra song on this, one extra new studio recording on here called Landlocked. Landlocked, right? This is easy to get your hands on. Just go to Target and get your hands on it. I'm not, you gotta pay for it, right? But you can get that extra track. Anyway, this, let's open this up. Let's see what the records look like. And I'll just show you the first one. Very similar to the splatter vinyl that I was looking at earlier, but this is a little bit more like marble vinyl, I guess you could call it. And look, it's about the same on this side too. So what do you think of that? And that, boys and girls, is my entire Tears for Fears collection. And I gotta say, I really love it, but they gotta get Everybody Loves a Happy Ending out. We need to start a campaign to get those guys to put that out on vinyl. Maybe even put it out with like 2 albums and then a 3rd album with some extra tracks. Those 2 extra songs on that UK CD, and then maybe some alternate recordings. Maybe they have stuff on the cutting room floor. Anyway, that's it. 1 hour and 23 minutes, and take it easy. See you next time. Bye.